Once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. As part of today, we are going to discuss how to install SQL Server if in production box or in development box or in test box. So, what are the best practices we need to look into? And if you get an opportunity to install the SQL Server, what are the components we need to uh, uh, install? And what are the features? What are the components? What are the features? What are the best practices where we need to follow in real world, not in your laptop, sir. In your laptop, how you are installing that depends on you. But when you really go to the real world, how you will get a chance, whenever you get a chance, how you will install the SQL is very, very important. So now you are asking something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the prerequisite, but prerequisites for to install the SQL Server, the required is I think Windows Server. Yeah.
Yeah, both it's mandatory, right? So being that SQL is part of in that server, if you're not following best practices to the Windows, obviously it will impact the performance of SQL, right? We need to follow the both. Both need to be as a per the best practices. A prerequisite is nothing but to install SQL, okay, on so on so server. What are the best practices we will follow? Okay,
Okay.
what are the need later best practices? What we need basically. So, for example, if I wanted to install a SQL server in my laptop, so what are the things I need to take in care before I go and install the SQL server, right?
Uh,
Right? That is
yeah.
very, very important. In real world, especially, okay, in when you especially go to the real world, so technically you should call it as a build. Okay, SQL server new build. We will call some terminologies, sir. Everyone need to remember the terminologies. So some people will, most of the people will call as a new build request. New build is nothing but you are going to install the new SQL server on so servers. Okay, on so mission, you are going to install the SQL servers. So for example, on your client, you are getting one application. For that application, they want couple of servers for every application. So for example, if you go for this application, so for example, RBA2 application. Okay, this is my application which is doing some financial work, which is doing some financial work. So for this application, they want production servers, production server, dev server, test server, okay, pre-prod server. Pre-prod server means totally they want four servers. So first, what we will do, first Windows team will build the servers. Who will build the servers? Your Windows team, your Windows team, your network team, your storage team. So this application team will create the CRs, change request. Okay, so this application team will create the change request to the Windows team to build the servers, to build the servers. Once this servers has been built completely, like for example, HOE SQL 190, Cal SQL 145, Dal SQL 170, okay, and one more server like BAS SQL 0001. So these are the four servers who will build, Windows Team will build. So once Windows Team build the servers, then only we will start the installing SQL servers, right? Without Windows Server, how you can go and install the SQL servers? No, first they need to build the servers. Who will build? Your Windows Team will build the servers. So once they build the Windows servers, on top of that, we are going to install the SQL servers.
Mhm.
I hope you understood.
Yeah, of course.
So application team will create the change request to the Windows team to build the new server as per their requirement. So once they build the new servers, on top of that, we will install the new SQL servers. On top of that, we will install the new SQL server in respect to of the servers, whatever the servers they are providing to you. This technically you should call it as a new build request. New build request. Okay, this is what in the real world is happening, sir. So assume treat your laptop as a server where you need to install SQL server on your laptop. The people who are starting their journey. Okay, in real world, how you are installing SQL server on your mission? Maximum you will install same in real world as well. How you are installing SQL server on your laptop or your desktop, same way you will install in real world as well. But those are servers. This is your just your laptop. Those are servers. Okay, servers, application servers, where you are going to build your new SQL server installation. So before we go into that, simply we can't go and install the SQL server, right? How we are installing in our laptops. Just when you, if you go and search in Google how to install SQL server, you will get a step-by-step approach. Download the SQL server, click on next, click on next, next, next. You can install a little bit easily because this is our Windows flavors. So on Windows, everything is a graphical user interface. We love the graphical user interface, but especially when you go to the Linux, okay, then you if you get a chance to install SQL Server on a Linux platform, you need to do everything via command prompt, not from graphical user interface. Linux completely work with the command prompts. So command line. Okay, so on which box you are installing SQL Server? That is very, very important. So in real world, what are the things you need to take? Sir, installation is very easy. Again, I'm repeating. Okay, I don't want to discuss the installation. It's just download the setup file or copy the setup file, then click on next, 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 next. That's it. Finish. Click on finish. That's it. You don't want to learn about how to install the SQL Server. You need to know what are the things we need to take in care before we go to the installation. That is what most important in real world. Okay, installing SQL is very pretty much easy, straightforward installation. It's not like a tough installation like Oracle or PostgreSQL or some other database management systems which are running in the Linux box. This is our Windows box. Okay, everything you will get the graphical user interface, everything you will get the screenshots, step-by-step screenshots. And almost all the SQL Server installation is same, like from SQL Server 2012 to 2022. Almost our SQL Server installation is same, except little bit change. Okay, hope you are getting.
Yes, Subbu, yeah.
So our focus should be not on the installation. What are the things we need to take in care? Okay, so that you will feel so comfortable in real world if you get a chance to build the server. Okay, hope you understood the logics. So if you go to the real world, how to build the servers, what are the things we need to take in care, what are the things you need to remember? If you forget those things, what are the challenges you may face in real world? That is very, very important, sir. Basically, that is very, very important. Okay, please make a note down, everyone. So now, okay, now first, once, for example, we will get one ticket, sir, in real world. Okay, maybe mostly they may create the SRs, service request. Okay, nothing but some people they may call it as a service request. Some people they may call it as a work orders. Okay, you will get the ticket to build the server. Okay, you will get the ticket to build the server. Okay, fine. So once you got the ticket, you get to know, okay, one so and so server. Okay, in the ticket, they are mentioning, okay, install. SQL Server 2019 on HOE SQL 190. They will mention clearly on so and so server, go and install the SQL Server. What you will do, you will connect to the server. So first you will open MSTSC, Microsoft Terminal Service Console. Okay, MSTSC, and click on OK and provide the server name. Okay, HO is equal 190. Once you click on OK, it will ask you username, password. So once you provide username, password, you will enter into the server. Then you will copy the setup file, and whatever you wanted to install, you will install the SQL Server. That's the easy step. Okay. Now that is what you will do in real world. So just you will connect to the server via RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. Shortcut you need to open MSTSC, Microsoft Terminal Service Console. Okay, in real world, this is your professional laptop given by your organization. Okay, you need to connect to the servers. This is how you will connect to the servers. Okay, so once you connect to the servers, you will proceed whatever you want to do on that server based on your requirement. Our requirement is to install the SQL Server, right? Today our requirement is to install the SQL Server, correct? So before I go and install the SQL Server, we must and should know little bit about SQL Server. Okay, technically you should call it as a instance. Technically, you should call it as a instance. Instance. So what you need to call, sir? Instance. SQL Server instance. Okay, what is instance means? A collection of all your system binary files along with the memory management. Okay, it's a copy of SQL serve.exe. It's a copy of SQL serve.exe. In a simple lay terms, what is the instance means? What is the instance? Okay, so when you are trying to connect to the database engine, come on, okay, so when you are connecting to this database engine, whatever the instance name you are passing here, okay, so technically your SQL server need to call it as an instance, one instance. Okay, in one server, how many instance you can install? That is also very important, sir. Maximum you can install 50 in one server. In one laptop you can install 50 times a SQL server, because every time you are providing one unique name. Sir, can you install uh, MS Office twice? Can you install Notepad twice? No. Can we install some games or some tools on your laptop twice, except WhatsApp or Facebook or something, dual apps? Okay. Can you install any other products? No, right? No, only one product. But how SQL you can install this many times, Subbu, means whenever you are installing SQL Server, every time you will provide a unique name. Every time, whenever you are installing SQL Server, every time you will provide a unique name. That name you need to call it as a instance name. Instance name. And when you install SQL Server, you will get one extension, one exe file in the okay, where is that? Yeah, see, SQL server.exe. Sorry, SQL server.exe. Every installation, every time when you are installing SQL Server, you will get one SQL server.exe file. Okay, this is the copy, sir. Basically, okay, an instance of the database engine is a copy of SQL server.exe executable file that runs on a operating system as a service. As a service, it's a collection of all your binary files, databases, along with the memory. A separate memory, sir, means every instance having the unique memory structure. Every instance. So in case in your laptop, if you are installing multiple instance, every instance having its memory unique structure. Every instance having unique memory structure, sir. Means every SQL server contains memory structure. That is very,
One,
very important. Yeah.
can you repeat the instance meaning, Anand? Instance
It's a
meaning.
just a copy. It's a just a copy of your SQL server.exe, which contains the n number of executable files, okay, binary files, along with the memory management. Instance uh, uh, it's not a name, sir. Okay, it's not a name. It's a unique for the SQL server.exe. So this.
So can we tell like say like it comes from the .NET framework, right? So
No, that
like
is different. No,
no
that is
like
different.
yeah, we can means call it as object as well, right? Like
No, 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 no. Instance is a copy of your SQL server.exe.
okay.
So whenever you install any product, sir, either you are installing antivirus, either you are installing MS Office, either you are installing PUBG, either you are installing VLC Pair, either you are installing, you will get one service, right? Whatever you are installing, you will get one service. Correct? What is this service? This is the main service, okay, for your VLC, for your MS Office, for your PUBG, for your something. Like same for SQL Server, there is one executable file. What is that executable file? SQL server.exe is the executable file. You are getting? So if I stop this one, my if I stop this one, what will happen? My instance will stop, right? My SQL instance will stop. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Agree? Not agree? Everyone? You can take your Android mobile or any iOS mobile also. There will be services. There is a app. You can go and disable that app. You can go and enable that app, right? Like same instance is nothing but a copy of your SQL server.exe, which contains all your binary files, a combination of binary files along with the memory. Every SQL server.exe contains its own memory structure, its own memory structure. It's not like a all the instance will use one memory structure. No, every instance contains its own memory structure because we can restrict the memory. We are restricting the memory, right? If you're not restricting, every SQL server contains its own memory structure internally. It's a just copy of SQL server.exe, sir. That's it. Instance is a.
So, so at a time I can see max of 50 instances, right?
Yes, yes, you can install. If you are installing one more instance, you will see one more SQL server.exe. If you install one more instance, you will see SQL server.exe one more. How many instance you install? Okay, those many SQL server.exe you can see here. It's a
So
just
how
copy of
If
this one.
there is there are multiple instances, then how to identify from the task manager
This one, process ID.
process ID? Okay.
This is your process ID. You can go to the configuration manager.
Okay.
You can go to the configuration manager. Okay, there is a process ID. Process ID. Where is it? SQL server.exe. Come on. SQL server.exe. Yes.
5380.
Yes. Okay. This service, it depends on this SQL server.exe with help of process ID. You can identify. If you wanted to stop, if you wanted to start, you can play with this SQL server.exe. In case you are having multiple instances on your real world, mostly no, sir. One server, one instance they will maintain. 90% they will maintain one server, one instance. Sometimes you will see two instance, not three instance, four instance. It's a real world. It's not your laptop. Okay.
So still, how do I differentiate? I mean, process ID is fine, but still, let's say like if I have three instances and I want to kill one of the instances, so how do I know that this is the one
Yeah.
I am?
This is the only one thing, right? This is the
It,
one major thing.
it will be named instance, right? Like then it will have the name.
Either it can be
Okay.
named instance or it can. Okay. You mean to say instance names?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I still not yet discussed that one. Okay. Just what is the instance, sir? It is a copy of .SQL Server exe, means nothing but your entire database engine, sir. Your database engine copy will falls under SQL Server.exe, which contains n number of binary files. If you go to the C drive, you will get to know n number of binary files. N n number of binary files. It depends on the SQL Server. So these are all the binary files. And lots of binary files. When you go to here, uh, go back, go to SQL Server, go to MySQL, go to bin. These are all the dependencies with the DLLs, exe files. There are a lot, along with memory management. Along every SQL Server.exe will maintain its own memory structure, along with its own binary files. Okay, so a simple sir instance is nothing but a copy of SQL Server.exe which contains all its system related binary files, SQL related binary files along with the memory structure. And we can create maximum 50 instance in one server. Then how we can differentiate means, so there are two types of instance, sir. One is default, one is named instance. Named instance. So default instance is nothing but server name. Server name. See, I am connecting to the SQL with my computer name. If you open CMD, if you get host name is nothing but my computer name, sir. Okay, what is my host name? My SQL name also same. See, what is my host name? My SQL name also same.
You mean the Windows server name, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Host name. Host name is nothing but server name. Your computer name, sir. So
Okay.
default instance is nothing but your computer name. Only one default instance you can install on your laptop or in server or anywhere, sir. Only one default instance. Rest 49 will be named instance. Rest 49 instance will be named instance. Means, okay, server name, okay, backward slash, instance name. Instance name means prod, dev, test, stage, build, pre-prod, UAT. You can keep whatever name you want, sir. These are all the named instance. So whenever you see that server name slash, blindly you should get idea. Okay, this is my named instance. This is my named instance. Whenever you will see one more technique, sir. Whenever you see that a service name SQL Server in the bracket, you will see MS SQL Server. This is the default instance. Blindly you should get idea. Whenever you see that MS SQL Server as in a SQL Server, MS SQL Server, you should blindly get idea. Okay, this is my default instance. Irrespective of MS SQL Server, if you see any other name, that is a named instance. You are providing a name to the instance every time when you are installing SQL Server. That is how we can identify. Okay, so and so instance, so and so so and so server. Every instance will start will use the server name slash instance names, but default only server names, sir. One default instance that will strictly with the server name. There is no nothing will be there, but named instance, server name, backward slash, all your instance names. Raj, you got it right?
So what is the difference between me doing a RDP to a normal Windows server and then going to a default instance?
Nothing, sir. Nothing. There is no difference. Nothing is difference. Okay. Both are same only. If you don't want default instance, you can go for all the named instance.
No. My question was like,
Oh.
see, when I do a RDP to a Windows server, it actually connects to that server, right? I get the remote desktop and everything.
Oh yeah.
Now, if I give the default default instance name, how does it actually connect to the? How does it know like it has to connect to the MySQL server?
Okay, so you mean to say once I connect to the server, so so this is your
I got it. I got it. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, fine.
even you can connect with the dot. See, even you can connect with the dot. If it is a default instance and you connect to the server, if it's a default instance and you connect to the server, you can just connect with the dot. See, that is the one beauty with the default instance, sir. Either you can connect with the instance name, either you can connect with the dot. If you wanted to connect with the dot, you need to connect to the server. Otherwise, it won't work. If you want to connect with the dot. So whenever you are connecting with the name, okay, instance name is nothing but server name, right? Okay. One minute. Okay. So for example, if you go to the SQL, if you see select @ server name, okay, you will get your instance name, sir. What is this SQL is in under which instance name it is running? You will get this instance. I hope everyone understood about the instance. What is the instance, sir? A instance is nothing but is a SQL server, a set of files, sir. Once you install the SQL server, okay, if you install the SQL server on so and so server, that technically we are calling as one instance in entire MS SQL server. I'm not sure how you will call in the Oracle. So the people who are already working for Oracle, how you will call it as a either you will call it as an instance or you will call it as some other names. But in SQL, in when you especially go to the SQL server, sir, the naming conversation is very easy. You won't get that much confused when you go for Oracle or PostgreSQL. You will see a little bit confused the namings, the terminologies. But in SQL, it's pretty easy, sir. So when you
So
wanted to
Subbu, in Oracle, there is no multi-tenant databases, right? Like till the advanced level, like only single database per instance.
no,
I think so.
how come, sir? If
Yeah,
you
like
they're installing only one database for one instance, how license cost is bit higher than Microsoft Oracle is.
okay.
I
No, but
think
like I think
we'll
they
see
have.
later, sir.
Yeah,
That one,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
sure, sure.
yeah, no worries. Okay, so instance. I hope everyone understood instance. So because this is the first thing you need to know, sir, before I go and install SQL Server. Okay.
So you said we can create in real time. We create only one server, one instance for one Windows server, right?
Yes, sir. Maximum
Maximum. So
cases.
how they maintain the dev environment and
Even dev also same, sir. Dev also they will maintain one server, one instance. Okay.
so server name, Windows server name differs, right?
Here, sir. See, every time you need to give unique server names.
Okay.
Can you give same names twice to the server? No. Every
Mm.
server is a unique.
Okay.
By seeing the server name, we can easily identify. So, for example, HY is equal Houston server, Cal equal Bangalore server, Dal equal Della server, BS equal Gulf servers. By seeing this name, we can easily recognize
Okay.
we in our environment. I mean to say.
I think you forgot to mention that how we get the access to Windows server.
Now that's I noted when sir. First, I am discussing about only instance. If you
Okay.
understood the instance, we are good to go for
Okay.
other concepts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So one more last doubt.
Yeah.
If you get a real time this request say to build a new setup, so you start installing the binaries and then you create a named instance. That's it.
It's not like a separate, sir. It's a one. It's a activity, one activity only. Just you need to install everything backend. It will create the binaries. Everything it will taken care. We need no need to do a separate thing.
Okay. So at the end you end up with an instance, right?
Sorry, at the
At the end of installation, you
yeah.
end up with an instance running.
Oh yes. So we will provide the instance name while we are providing while we are in the mid of installation itself. No worries. We will install the SQL Server. You will get to know. So I hope everyone understood what is instance, sir. Instance is nothing but a copy of SQL Server.exe file. See, when you go to the services.msc, sir, okay, by default, when you purchase a laptop or when you purchase a desktop, when you purchase a server, anything, sir, you will get n number of services which are running in the backend, correct? To fulfill your requirements on the server level. These are all the services you install. No, by default you will get it right. Bluetooth, antivirus, blah 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 something. You will get it right. Like same, our SQL also one service. Our SQL also one service, which is running in the backend. Which is running in the backend. Okay, this is one service which is running in the backend. But here one beauty with the SQL Server is you can install n number of SQL services with help of different instance names. With help of different instance name, you can install them, but it is not possible for MS Office or VLC pair or antivirus or nothing. You can't do only one time installation in one server. But but irrespective to that, if you go to specially go to the SQL Server, it's a service. But we can run multiple. How? Because every time you are providing one name while you are installing. While you are installing, you are providing one unique name. That name will differs every time. That name will differs. You should not give same name to the same instance in the same server. Can I maintain same instance name in one server? No. Every time when you are installing SQL Server, you need to give some unique name. Got it? I hope now everyone.
Yeah, I got it.
Now, sir. Okay. Now, so for example, if you wanted to install any product, sir, if you wanted to install any product, okay, so we are forget about any product. If you got a chance to install SQL Server, okay, what are the major components we need to go and install SQL Server in one server? That is very important, sir. You are getting any disturbance? No? Yes?
No disturbance.
Okay, then fine, sir. Your docs are okay. Okay, good, sir. So, for example, now you wanted to install the SQL Server. You wanted to install the SQL Server. So, especially I am discussing on Windows flavor, sir, not on Linux flavor. Linux flavor we will see at the ending. No need to worry. First, let's focus on the Windows flavor, sir. First, let's focus on the Windows. Now we want to install SQL Server. Now you know that everyone knows most of the. I already discussed. We know that we are having n number of versions, correct? So we are having SQL Server 2000, SQL Server 2005, SQL Server 2008, SQL Server Azure level. We are having SQL Server to 14, 16, 17, 19. Now we are running with the latest SQL Server 2022. These many versions are available. Okay, SQL Server 2022, 2019, 2017, 2016, 2014, 2012, 2012 r 8R2, 2008, 2005, 2000. Forget about this below versions, sir. Okay, okay. Let's think about these versions. Let's think about these versions. Now you may get a chance to install any one of this service. Okay, sorry, any one of this version. In real world, you may get a chance to install any one of this version. I mostly you never get a chance to install till SQL Server 2012, sir. Now for you never get it because Microsoft completely stopped the support for SQL Server 2012. No more, sir. Okay, from July 2022, Microsoft stopped the support for 2012. You won't get chance to install SQL Server 2012 mostly, sir. No, maybe you may get a chance to install SQL Server from SQL Server 2014 to SQL Server 2022. Either you are installing in on premises, either you are installing in cloud. Either you are installing in on premises, either you are installing on cloud. You will get a chance to install from SQL Server 2014 to 2022. Make a sense, everyone? Now, these many flavors, these many versions are available. Sir, take like a Windows only. Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11. Now maybe in future you will get Windows 12, right? Yes or no? Earlier we are using Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows Vista. Earlier, like olden days we are using. That is a operating system, Windows level operating systems. So this is our SQL Server engines, different versions. Okay, you may get a chance to install 14, you may get a chance to install 16, you may get a chance to install 17, you may get a chance to install 19, you may get a chance to install 2022. Either any one of the version you may get a chance to install the SQL Server. Okay, like how Microsoft is enhancing every version. Sir, simply Microsoft won't release right every versions. So every version Microsoft improved his features, his dashboards, his frameworks while you are installing SQL Server. So when you go to the SQL Server 2000, you will see a very different installation. If you go to the SQL Server 2005, something different installation. If you go to the 2008, something different installation. If you go to the 2012, okay, from 2012 to 2022, almost similar installations are almost. Okay, from 2012 to 2022, almost similar installation. Means when you are installing SQL Server on 2012, when you are installing SQL Server on 2022, you will see almost nearby frameworks only, nearby screens only. You won't see that much major difference you will notice. But irrespective of SQL Server 2016, okay, from SQL Server 2016, you will see a little bit more, enhanced more in the installation itself, in the setup file itself. Microsoft enhanced. Like how Microsoft is enhancing your version to version, version to version. Okay, how means, so Microsoft is also enhancing its .NET framework, sir. Basically, you everyone must and should need .NET framework. Means if you wanted to install SQL Server, you need .NET framework. So not only Microsoft is enhancing your SQL Server version, sir, is also enhancing .NET frameworks. A .NET frameworks are your frameworks. Means whatever the screen you are seeing, right? Whenever you are installing SQL Server, whatever the windows you are seeing, that is also enhancing with help of this .NET frameworks. .NET is a Microsoft product only, sir. .NET is a Microsoft product. So if you want to install SQL Server, you mustn't should need .NET framework. You mustn't should need .NET framework if you wanted to install SQL Server. So for example, if you wanted to install SQL Server 2005, you never get a chance to install. For example, sir, if you wanted to install SQL Server 2005, let's go here and look for 2005. You need .NET 2.0. You need .NET 2.0. If you wanted to install SQL Server 2005, you need .NET Framework 2.0. Okay, means if I wanted to install earlier, sir, if you go for uh, of 7 to 8 years ago, 7 to 8 years ago, if you get a chance to install SQL Server 2005, then what they will look into? Okay, we need .NET Framework 2.0 to install SQL Server. This is the mandatory, sir. You need a framework. Without these frameworks, you can't install the SQL servers. You can't install the SQL server. So now anymore we are not using. So for example, you got chance to install SQL Server 2008. Okay, in the year 2008, Microsoft released .NET Framework 2.0 SP2. So you need .NET Framework 2.0 SP2 if you wanted to install SQL Server 2008. That is how Microsoft came with this framework. Means not only Microsoft is enhancing your SQL Server, backend Microsoft is also enhancing its frameworks. Microsoft is enhancing framework. Now currently we are using .NET 8.4.8.1. is the latest framework. Is the latest framework. So now if I want to install SQL Server, you need latest framework. You need latest framework along with you need .NET 3.5, sir. Okay, please make sure that if you go to the control panel, okay, if you go to the control panel programs, okay, sorry, go back, add turn all Windows features on and off in your laptop, not in server, sir. Okay, in your server, I will show you differently. So you will get by default when Windows Team will install, when Windows Team will install operating system, you will get the latest .NET framework. But along with this, you need .NET Framework 3.5 also. That .NET Framework 3.5 includes .NET 2.0 and 3.0 as well. Okay, please make sure that before you proceed the installation, verify just .NET Framework 3.5 is installed or not in this mission. That is mandatory. Okay, if not, you no need to install, sir. Create a ticket to the Windows team. Hey, install .NET Framework 3.5. Okay, they will install for you, sir. You no need to do anything. That is Windows level. So Windows team will take care. Anyhow, they are also getting the salaries, right? Let them do. Okay. So once they install .NET Framework 3.5, let's our installation will starts. This is the one of the mandatory thing you need to check, sir. Okay. All our SQL servers, either it can be 2022, 2019, 2017, 2014, 2012. Okay. .NET Framework 3.5 is mandatory. Because why, Subbu, we are in the latest of SQL servers, right? Latest SQL. Still some dashboards, some frameworks, or depends on .NET Framework 3.5, sir. Still, so we need .NET Framework 3.5 along with the latest .NET if you wanted to install the SQL server. Make a sense, everyone?
Yeah, Subbu. Yeah.
This is simple, sir. Just go and check whether .NET Framework 3.5 is installed or not. That is a one thing. One more thing, sir, how you are installing antivirus, how you are installing any services on your laptop, Windows laptop. I'm not discussing about Linux. How you are installing all this stuff?
If I
Sorry.
DX
Setup.
Yeah.
Setup.
Okay, I know. You will copy the setup file and you will double click and you will run it. So backend, what is the mandatory? Backend, there is a service called Windows Installer. There is a service called Windows Installer. This Windows Installer is helping while you are performing the installations. This Windows Installer is helping, sir, basically. Even when you go for Windows Installer also, okay, so Microsoft release lot many versions. By default, you will get the Windows Installer, sir. You no need to worry. But again, if you are installing .NET Framework, you are installing antivirus, you are installing MS Office, you are installing so on so, sir. How you are installing this all stuff? With help of this Windows installer in the backend. In the backend, there is a Windows installer service which is helping all your installation, like SQL also. For SQL also same. So you need to verify what is the latest Windows installer is available or not. Just go to the run MSI exec. Search for MSI exec. You will get what is your latest Windows installer version which is using on your laptop or your server or your desktop. So Windows installer version 5.0 is our latest, sir. Latest. So we are good. So we are having .NET framework, we are having Windows installer. These are the two mandatory things you need to first look into before you go and install the SQL Server on Windows flavors. On Windows flavors, these are the two mandatory things you need to look into, sir. Make a sense? Like how Microsoft is enhancing SQL Server versions. Not only he is enhancing SQL Server, sir, he is enhancing his frameworks, he is enhancing the Windows installers as well in the backend. In the backend, which is helping us a lot. Clear? Everyone? By default, .NET Framework 3.5 and Windows installer, you will get it, sir. No need to. But again, these are the two managed things in the backend.
So Windows installer, we need to check it has to be the latest version or
Default, default, it will get it, sir. Just I mean to say you need to double check. That's it.
Okay.
See, knowledge. Just I'm transferring the knowledge. By default, it will install. You no need to worry at all as a DBA. But just for knowledge purpose, how we are installing all this in our laptops or in your desktop or in your servers means Windows installer is helping, sir, basically.
Yeah.
Not only SQL Server, any service which you are installing, who is helping? Windows installer is helping in the backend.
Subbu, you told msi.exe, right?
Yes.
But in my laptop, I'm not finding that service. So, like, is it possible that my laptop might not be
No.
having that thing
MSI.exe.
without that dot, right? I
No,
thought that.
nothing. No dot. Nothing.
Okay, okay,
Without installer, your VM, your laptop never runs, sir. May
okay.
please make a note down.
Yeah,
That is the default feature. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So
No, I was
these
putting a dot in between. That's
yeah,
why.
these two are very, very important, sir. One is .NET Framework, one is Windows installer. If you wanted to install the SQL Server, make a sense? No? Yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So
Yes.
No, sir. No. Okay. So, for example, you got a ticket. Okay. You got a ticket to install the SQL Server. Okay. You got the server name, HOE SQL 45. And they are saying that, hey, go and build the new server. You need to build the new server. Okay. You know that you need to build a new server means you need to install SQL Server. So blindly we will go and install the SQL Server. No, right? You need some inputs. Correct? For example, you got opportunity in so and so project. Okay. So think, see, if you go to the YouTube or somewhere. Okay. For example, if you take my channel, I will follow a different strategy. If you go for someone channel, they will follow different strategy. If you go for someone, they will follow different strategy. Correct? Everyone will follow their own strategies. Yes or no? Like same when you are installing SQL Server, every server is a new for us. Every server is a new. We must and should know all the inputs. Blindly, we cannot go and install the SQL Server on this server. So what are the things you need to take in care? First, version, correct? Version is mandatory. Which version I wanted to install? 22, 19, 17, 16, 14, 12, 8, 8R2, 5, 2000. Which version I need to install? That is very, very important, right? Yes or no? Without version, can you go and install SQL Server? No, right? Are you there, online people? Without SQL version, without knowing SQL version, can you go and install SQL Server on this server?
no.
No. So SQL version is the mandatory thing you need to know, sir. For example, in the ticket he mentioned, okay, install SQL Server. Sorry, install, okay, SQL Server. And he mentioned the server name. He not mention anything. Can you go and install SQL Server? No, right? Now again you need to drop a mail. Hey, hi John. Okay, can you please confirm me below things to proceed the installation? What are the things you need? Version. Okay, edition. Edition. Which edition I wanted to install? Either Enterprise Edition or Standard Edition or Developer Edition, okay, or Express Edition or Evaluation Edition. Which edition I wanted to install? This is also very, very important, sir. Version is very important, edition is very important. Okay, first these two things are very important. which version I need to install, which edition I need to install. They need to confirm. Who will? Application team need to confirm. Don't take any other input, sir. You need to drop a mail, okay, by saying that can you please confirm the versions and edition. That is the two things are mandatory. This is very important. Don't blindly go and install the SQL server in real world. Okay, don't blindly go and install the SQL server in real world. You mustn't should know the version. You mustn't should know the edition. Okay, once you know the version, once you know the edition. Okay, next thing, what you need to do?
Mostly we will suggest version, right? Like this is the latest, or like this is the standard of the project. Like we recommend this version to be installed, or like
It depends, sir. Again, okay, we are not okay decision makers. That
okay.
completely decision making by your application team. They will come up with all these concepts. They know, sir. They are not DBS, but they know about all this because they are dealing the licensing, right?
Okay.
Who are dealing? They are dealing the licensing, so
Okay.
they know which version they want, which version it is compatible for their application. They know every well, so they will come up with all the inputs, version, editions. Okay, okay. Now you got the version, you got the edition. Two things you got. Now, first thing, what you need to do, sir. Once you got the ticket, okay, you pick the ticket. You got the ticket like SR 00007895 or WO, okay, 0000, okay, 4578. You got the ticket, okay. So now first thing, sir, every project they will follow one unique strategy, okay. That when you are taking KT, you need to grab that one, sir. So you need to ask a questions when you are being part of KT. Okay. When you are being part of KT, you need to ask, say, if you got the build request, what are the best practices we'll follow here? That is very, very important. Okay. Blindly, maybe in whatever the project you are working on previous, maybe they are doing a different strategy. Whatever the current process, maybe they are doing different strategy. Whatever you will get in the future, also they will do different strategies. Every project is new strategy for us. Is not a unique user. It depends on their requirement. They will build everything. So once you got the ticket, once we got the ticket, what we will do basically in real world, what you will do, sir, as experienced people, you know the version, you know the edition now, and you know what need to be. Okay, you know everything. Now you got the ticket. What you will do in real world?
First check the like we will ask the requirements, as in like where the data file should go
No, no,
and
no, no.
all.
I don't want all that stuff. First, what you will do?
Approval.
Approval anyhow. Everything, sir. Approval is done. You know everything. Okay. The
Okay.
once you got the ticket, what you will do?
First select ourselves,
Yes. Who is that?
Malati.
Yeah. First, you need to connect to the server, right? Whether you are having access to the server or not. Yes or no? So once you know everything, first what we will do? First, I will connect to the server. In case you are not having the access to the server, then
We will
again
move
you
that
need to
to
contact
server
the
team.
Windows team, right?
Yeah.
So first you need to connect to the server. Sir, usually in real world, okay, in my environment, sir, especially I'm telling, saying to build the server, we will take 5 days. 5 days. It's not easy, sir. Simply go and click on next, 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 done. Oh my God, installation is done. No, we used to took 5 days. I am explaining same procedure, sir, to you. Why it is taking 5 days to build one SQL instance? Why? Okay, we'll do one by one, sir. Sir, installation is easy. Again, I'm repeating, these concepts are very important. These concepts are most important. Installation is very easy. Please, it's not like a Oracle or PostgreSQL, nothing, sir. Copy the setup file, run the setup file, click on next, 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 next. Don't fill anything also, it's fine. Just choose the instance name. Nothing to worry. It will install the SQL Server for you. That much easy, sir, SQL installation. That's the reason most of the people love the SQL. Okay, and compare with Oracle or something, because this is completely command prompt. This is graphical user interface. Okay, easy. Try to understand the logic behind. So first we will connect to the server immediately, sir. Again, why Subbu I need to connect to the server? Sir, what you are doing? You got the ticket today. Okay, you got the ticket today, and you are doing other stuff, and you are collecting this stuff, that stuff, this stuff, that stuff. You are collecting. It took almost 2 to 3 days. Okay, to collect this information. For example, fourth day you are connecting to the server, you don't have access. You will create a ticket to the Windows team. 1 second, sir. Okay, so fourth day you don't have access to the server. What you will do, sir? That is the one biggest challenge. Okay, don't do that mistake, sir. Once you got the new build request, first connect to the server. Parallelly, you need to do all the stuff, sir. I mean to say, this is the first priority. Why? Because first you need to verify whether you are having access to the server or not. That is the first thing. First thing, connect to the server. How you will connect? Okay, MSTSC. Enter, provide the server name, provide your username, password. It will connect to the server. In case you don't have access to the server, in case you don't have access to the server, within this SR, within this work order, you can create the task to the Windows team. To whom, sir? Windows team or server team. Someone will call it as a Windows team. Someone will call it as a server team. Someone will call it as a Wintel team. Okay, different names that they will call. So you need to remember all these terminologies: Windows team, server team, Wintel team, any
So
name.
mostly this would be an individual account, right?
Sorry, sir.
The individual account, right?
No,
Mostly.
no, sir. Group. We will have groups. No, not individual accounts, sir. We should not encourage individual accounts in real world. You will be part of one group. So in your team, you are having 10 DBS, sir. Why they need to grant individually? If they wanted to delete the account also, it be challenge. So they will create a separate group for you, like DBA dot SQL dot UZ. This is my group, universal group. UG stands for universal group. GG stands for global group. LG stands for local group. So they will create the groups, and I am be part of this group. Means by mistakenly your Windows team not added this group. That's the reason you are not able to connect to the server. Maximum you will connect, sir. Rare case only, I mean to say. Okay. So you need to create a task to the Windows team. Okay. Hey, hi Windows team. I am not able to connect to the server. Can you please add so and so group? Okay. So you need to provide this group name. They will grant the permission. Then you can test whether you are able to access the server or not. Okay. That is the first thing. Clear, sir, up to this, everyone? First thing what you need to do, sir, connect to the server. Okay. If not, create a ticket to the Windows team, Windows team or server team to grant the permission to the server, not your account, enter your group. Not only you, right, sir? Any one of your 10 DBS can connect to the server, correct? I hope understanding, sir, everyone are getting confused. Again, sir, installation is easy. Forget about installation. I don't want to discuss installation. Installation is very easy. You need to know real world. This is real world, sir. I told you, right? Complete. It's a real world training. It's a real world only. Okay. Once you connect to the server, okay. Now I connect to the server. This is my server is looking. Okay. This is how my server is looking. Now what you will do? Okay. You will open the task manager. Okay. You will open the task manager to see a generic check. Okay. How many CPUs are there? How much of memory is there? What is the disks? What are the disks are available? So this is very, very important, sir. This is very, very important. So in real world, again, in real world, we will follow some strategies. Okay, what we will follow? Data files, data files will go to the separate drive. Log files will go to the separate drive. Okay, tempdb will go to the separate drive, separate drives. Okay, backups, okay, will go for separate drive or will go for log file drive. That depends on project to project, sir. Okay, best practice, keep the backup also separate drive. Okay, separate drive. So these 4 drives are mandatory. So once you open this my computer, verify 4 disks are available or not. 4 disks and their drive letters. So basically entire your project, G drive will follow for data file, F drive is follow for log file, T drive is follow for tempdb, Z drive is follow for backup. For example, these 4 drives and 4 drive letters are mandatory. Enter your project. Okay, mandatory. So in case if you're not able to see any drive and if you're seeing a different drive letters, okay, different drive letters, again you need to create a task to the Windows team. Hey, on so and so server, I am not able to see so and so drive, and the drive letter is little bit mismatching. Can you please have a look into? That is a second thing you need to take in care.
Subbu, can you just briefly explain now difference between mount point and a track?
Sir, Rahul, don't make a little bit more complex now. Okay,
Okay,
this is little bit complex. I don't want to make more I will show you mount point. No
okay,
worries.
okay.
No worries. Okay. Now, I hope you are getting my point, everyone. I hope you are getting every point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yes.
once you connect to the server, you need to verify the resources like CPU, memory, RAM. Okay, both are same, only RAM and memory. CPU, memory, storage, and disk along with the drive letters. Along with the drive letters. These are the first 2 things you need to take in care, sir. Okay. Once you are okay, next what you need to do? Once you connect to the server, my server is healthy. My server is healthy. Okay, I'm able to access the server. My CPU, RAM, everything's okay. My disks are okay. My disk letters are okay. Next thing, copy the setup file. Copy the setup file to the server. Copy the setup file to the server, sir. That is third thing you need to take in care. Okay, mostly, sir. Okay, so they will keep all the setup files in the network paths, shared network paths. Like so, for example, how it will looks like means, okay, SQL, okay, by binaries, for example, okay, properties. I will show you, sir, how to share all that stuff in the coming sessions. No worries. Okay, so you know about this path. So this is the path they will provide you once you got the opportunity in so and so project. So once you connect to the server, you need to go to this path. This path. This is the network path, sir. This is the network path where your complete SQL related stuff is hosting here. Like not only binary files, sir, not only your SQL set of files, patches, okay, patches, SQL Server installation files, and SQL related documents, all the stuff they will place here. So open this file, copy the setup file to the local server. So don't cut and paste. You should not cut and paste, sir. You should copy and paste. Copy here, paste in the server, local server. So this is the third thing you need to do. This is the third thing you need to do. Copy the setup file, right click, copy, and here you need to go and paste it. So this is the third thing you need to do. Copy the setup file to the server. Some projects, they will copy the setup files or your application team. Okay, you don't have any control to copy the setup files. That time you need to drop a mail, hey, Habs team. So we are going to proceed the installation by evening 6 p.m. IST. So can you please go and copy the setup file before that. So we need to tell to application team, copy the setup file before you are going to start the installation, sir. They need to copy the setup file. So what they will do, they will mount here, sir. They will mount here. How they will mount means, so for example, uh, this many SQL servers are available right in my mission. So if I click here, it will be mount here. See, now you are able to see. This is how they will mount you. Mount the SQL Server setup file. This is how they will mount the SQL Server setup file for you. Who's our application team? Sometimes you can copy the setup file. Sometimes they will mount the SQL setup file to the server. That depends on your project to project. This the three things you need to take in care, sir. Hope you understood. Once server access is very important, once disks are very important, disk partitions are very important, disk letters are very important, and one more thing is copy the setup file. Copy the setup file. These are the basic minimum things you need to take in care before you go and install the SQL Server. First couple of installation you will face little bit difficulty in real world. Going forward, SQL installation is very easy, sir, because you know about the in and out about your project. Okay? Not okay. Everyone.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. So now, sir, basically, whenever you install any service, okay, whenever you install any service, by default, those are running with the local accounts. These are all the default services which are running with the local accounts, sir. Local accounts. Being we are a SQL server, we should not run our SQL server mostly in the local accounts. We should not run mostly our SQL in the local accounts. So you need to maintain the service accounts. Technically, you need service accounts, sir. So service accounts are nothing but login only. Again, don't get confused. It's a login, but this login we are going to use only to run the SQL services. This login we are going to use only to run the SQL services. So that's the reason we are calling it as a service account. So here two things in real world. Some applications they will maintain the common service account for entire their applications. Their applications, they will maintain one common service account. And the passwords also they will maintain, sir. Okay, passwords also they will maintain. So when you are taking KT, sir, KT is very important. KT is very important. Again, I'm saying in the starting itself, when you join in the project, you need to take proper inputs. Okay, you need to take complete inputs. What are the mandatory? I am not saying 100%, at least 70 to 75%, 80%. You need to take the inputs, sir. Otherwise, for example, you are working in day shifts. Okay, no worries. For example, you are working in night shifts, then you are gone. No one will pick the call, sir, whenever you call, and you don't know, especially you don't know some things. Then process, no one will help. Technical, most of the people will help. Process, you know, sir, you should know. Process, you should know. So, what is the service account we will use for SQL servers? That is the most important question you need to ask. Is a common service account or different service accounts? Means here I'm having 5 instances, right? Here I'm having 5 instances, correct? HY is equal HY is equal 190, cal is equal 45, dal is equal 70. So I'm having 4 installation. So I need to maintain 4 separate service account, or I need to maintain a single service account. So that can be decided by your project. No one knows that one. Okay. Okay, sir. I hope you are getting. Sir, service account is nothing but login. But that login they are using only to run the SQL services. Make a note down, everyone.
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Okay. So first time who are listening, you are understanding. So service account is the mandatory service account. So they will use common service account or separate service accounts. Okay, if they are using common service account, they will set the username and password, sir. Okay, they will set the login name and password. You need to provide that username and password. So in our case, let me explain in my case, sir. So what we will do means we are having one portal called IT service. IT service. Okay, we are having a portal called IT service. So we will go to this IT service to create the service account. We will create the service account, sir. We will raise it. Sorry, not we will create. We will create a ticket to the Active Directory team, AD team. You need to remember these teams are very important team. AD team, Active Directory team. There is a separate team for Active Directory. No worries, sir, about Active Directory. Next month, I will show you how to create the on-premises Active Directory, how to work with the Cloud Active Directory, how to integrate on-premises Active Directory to Cloud Active Directory. You will get to know, sir. No worries at all. Okay, just remember the names. As of now, just remember the names. Practically, we will create the Active Directories. Practically, we will create the Active Directories. No worries, sir. So what we will do, what I will do basically means I will go to this IT service. I will go to this IT service to create the ticket to the AD team. For what? To create the service account. To create the service account. So what are the strategies we will follow means access, SQL, okay, and server name. Server names are HOE SQL 45. So this is how my service accounts looks like. This is how my service account looks like in my real world, sir. Okay, access SQL server name. Access SQL server name. Okay, not okay. So in your environment also they will follow one service account, sir. Okay, whether you want to create a ticket or whether they are providing the service account, that depends on your project. So in my project, what we will do, we will go to the IT services to create the service account. Usually it will take 24 hours. It will take 24 hours, sir. That's the reason I told you, right? First thing what you need to do, connect to the server, okay, copy the setup file, verify, and immediately create that service account request. Because it may took 24 hours sometimes for us, more than 24 hours sometimes, because the approval is on vacation. The who is approving this request, for example, is on vacation, okay, and the backup team is also not available, then we need to wait for a couple of days. That is the biggest challenge sometimes. Okay, so service accounts are mandatory. Service accounts are mandatory if you want to do for SQL installations are mandatory. This is the mandatory. Either you are taking that service account information from your application team, or you are getting how you are getting that you must and should know about that information, sir. Okay, that is the first thing we will do. Okay, so once the AD team will create this request, we will get one mail in our mailbox with this login name and the password. Password. So this password you need to change. Okay, this password you need to change within 5 days. I remember in my environment. Okay, long back, sir, almost 4 years ago. Okay, this password you need to change. Okay, how you will change the password means search OSK on your keyboard, sir. In server OSK on screen keyboard. Okay, press Control Alt from your keyboard and click on delete with mouse. Where is delete? Yeah, delete. Okay, press Control Alt from your keyboard and press the delete. Then you will get the screenshot called change the password, sir. Okay, change the password. That time, okay, provide this login name, provide the password whatever they shared, and provide your password. So that password should be 15 digits, 12 digits, 15 digits, 25 digits. Don't use, okay, I love you, that keyword, sir. Use the password generators. Go to the Google and use the password generator. Come on, yeah. Use the password generator and get the password, sir. Okay, and get the password. And how many digits you want? 12, 25 digits I want. Okay, so you need to use uppercase, lowercase, numbers, symbols. Okay, good. This is not that much. Okay, sorry. Come on, yeah. Refresh. Okay, this is somewhat good. Okay, copy this one and provide the password to that service account. How to remember this password, Subbu? Correct? Yes or no? In this scenario, in real world, we will use CyberArk, another tool. Mostly, sir, 95%. If your project is a well designed project, you will use CyberArk. Okay, CyberArk. So once you got the service account, once you reset the password, again you need to create one more ticket to register the service account into the CyberArk. To register this account into the CyberArk, and this CyberArk will maintain your login name along with the password. This will maintain, sir. You no need to maintain. This will maintain in real world. CyberArk. I will take the screenshot and I will ping in our WhatsApp group, sir. No worries. How the CyberArk look like. Even your login also, sir. Nowadays, even our logins also they are using CyberArk only. So once we connect to the office laptop, you need to open the CyberArk portal. So for example, this is my okay, cyberark.com. So once you open the CyberArk, you will get your login name and password. So you need to copy that password. Your login password will valid for 8 hours, not service account, sir. Your login. After 8 hours, again it will generate the new password for your login to maintain the security. Okay, even your logins also nowadays they are using the CyberArk. Okay, so we need to register this service account into the CyberArk. Next time onwards, if you wanted to retrieve the password, you can go and retrieve from the CyberArk. CyberArk. That is what happening in the backend, sir, only with the service account. If you don't know this one, you will be in the blank phase in when you enter into the project. Installation is easy. Okay, this is the original concept. What is happening in the backend? This is the actual concept, sir. Mostly well designed projects. This is how they will maintain your service accounts. They will maintain the service account like this. So you need to create the service account. Again, there is one more thing you need to remember, sir. One more thing you need to remember that I will tell you in the cloud when I just start the building the servers. We will discuss all that stuff. You no need to worry, sir. Hey, bye. Sorry, my baby is going to school. Yeah, yeah. Questions? No questions?
Subbu, like, can you please summarize after everything is done this week?
Yeah, sure, definitely, sir. So first, you need to get the version, sir. Second, edition. Next, you need to connect to the server. Go to the disk, verify the disks, verify the resources. Create service account they are providing or you need to create. If they are providing, you no need to do all this stuff, sir. Okay. If you need to create, maybe I'm using IT services, you may use different approach, sir. Okay. But CyberArk, mostly we are using common, sir, nowadays. You need to remember the CyberArk, sir. Very, very important. The first time who are listening, CyberArk is very, very important, sir. How it looks like, I will share the screenshot after 12, sir, once I connect. Okay. How the CyberArk look like. No worries. Just portal, sir. It's portal. You need to search with your account. You will get it.
So can I send instead of you?
Yeah, it's fine, sir. But don't provide your login names.
Yeah,
That is.
hiding.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I hope everyone got it right. How the complexity of this service account.
Yeah, so many steps.
Yeah, but in my environment, I got this opportunity, sir. I'm not sure about other environments, okay? But if you're getting this kind of, okay, it's good. You know in and out. I know in and out. Mostly, not everything I'm telling, but most of things. Still, I hidden something, sir, because that will overload to you. Again, I will come back this concept in advanced level. Only related to service accounts. Still, I hidden something. Clear? Hari, Sunil, Prasad, Rahul, Malati.
Clear. So we need to create our usernames and password in CyberArk. That's it, Nasubu.
Register, sir. Register.
Okay.
Already your account is created by AD team.
Okay, okay.
You need to register
So
in the CyberArk.
Like why is service account mandatory done by Microsoft done mandatory? Like any reason, a particular reason, or like no,
What?
as in particular.
No, what? I'm not sure. What? Oh, how
Yes,
you can, sir?
yeah.
Can you connect the VLC player, which you install in this server on different server?
I didn't get it.
So, for example, I install VLC player in this my laptop.
Okay.
Can you connect VLC player in your server? My from on my laptop which I install?
No.
No, right?
No.
Because those are running in the local accounts.
Okay.
To connect SQL remotely,
Remotely. Okay.
you need service accounts.
Okay.
You need service accounts, sir. Remote access.
Okay.
And again, sir, I will share one document. Don't get afraid, okay? Don't get afraid, okay? Service
And service
accounts.
account will be having the higher privileges also, right? Like
No, sir. No. No, 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 no,
mm, okay.
no. We should not grant the highest privilege to the service accounts
Okay.
in SQL Server. We will grant mostly sysadmin, but that is not a best practice, sir. Okay? Make somewhere, sir, someone send this block to your WhatsApp group. Highly important document, especially for service account Microsoft designed. It will help you a lot, sir. Again, I'm promising you, it will help you a lot when you are troubleshooting if SQL is not starting. Okay, this is the most powerful document, especially to the service account. Is the lot. It's not easy. It's not a easy, sir. Service account. Everyone is say that everyone will ignore the service account part, but that is the one of the major component where we need to look into. Okay, there is something I can highlight you, sir. I'm not explaining all that stuff now. I will come back in troubleshooting. Okay, so sometimes your service is not starting your SQL services. So there are a couple of services in the local policies like log on as a service, replace as a policy level token, bypass traverse checking, okay, adjust memory quota for the processing. This what permissions you need to grant. Microsoft clearly explains, sir. What is this? These services are also little bit dependency, and these services you need to grant the permissions sometimes, very rarely, sometimes. This these are all for related to SQL Server engine, related to SQL Server agent, related to analysis service, reporting services, integration service, full text service, browser service, VSS writers. There are a lot. Again, just make it handy, sir. This document will help you a lot when you want to do deep dive related to service account. When
Okay.
your
Can you
SQL
share
is
this
not
link in
started.
our WhatsApp group?
Already is shared into the chat window. Just someone copy that one, share it to your WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay.
I will come back, sir. No worries. I will give you one example, best example. Okay. This documents are you need to keep it handy, especially to the service account. What permissions we want to the service account. Okay. What permissions we want to the service account, irrespective. Sometimes your SQL will do like anything to start okay, that time this block will help you a lot. Okay, mandatory, sir. Please make it healthy. Okay, and what else related to the service account? So I hope you understood now a little bit about versions, editions, okay, and service account, sir. Any questions still? This all you need to learn, sir. The people who are starting their journey, you need to learn this all stuff. Okay, at least you know the terminologies. My intention is I can't show everything, but you know the terminologies. That's what my intention. The people already experience also, most of the people unaware of this concept, sir. Then what about you, the people who are starting the journey? Maybe you get chance, you may not get that chance sometimes. Okay, so the people who are starting the journeys, remember the terminologies. Here the terminologies are very important. Okay, here the terminologies are very important. So one thing is I connect to the server, I verified the disk, drive letters. Okay, everything is fine. And I created the service account. I register in CyberArk. Okay, this is completely done. Okay, this is completely done. What else I need, Subbu? Still, what else I need? Lots are again. Again, there are lot. Okay, okay. There is a separate document to the Windows team, specially for antivirus. For specially for antivirus. In case on your server there is antivirus is running, like McAfee, a Kaspersky or something, sir. Some antivirus is running. For example, they are running some antivirus on your server, SQL server. So you need to tell to them, hey, exclude all my SQL related stuff from the antivirus. Otherwise, suddenly something will block your SQL server. Okay, suddenly something will block your server that leads your SQL services to down, that leads agent will down, that leads job will down, that leads something, sir. That leads something. So you need to clearly tell to your Windows team, exclude all the SQLs related stuff from the antivirus. From the antivirus. That is the one of the most thing you need to remember. How the service account is also very important. This is also most of the people will hide, sir. Okay, this is the document where you need to follow. Especially, you need to tell to. Basically, they will take care, sir. Your Windows team knows everything. You no need to worry. Okay, you no need to worry. Really, you every time we need to tell that stuff. No, sir. Your Windows team know. Okay, they need to exclude all the SQL related stuff from the antivirus. They will exclude, sir. But you need to know idea, sir. Okay, in case they missed to exclude, suddenly something may happen. What something may happen means, for example, you are running the setup file. For example, what are the challenge I will face, Subbu? Okay, you are running the setup file. Setup file will open within fraction of seconds. It is closing automatically. It is opening, closing, opening, closing, and you don't know what is happening in the backend, and you think that what is happening? Something maybe your antivirus is blocking this setup file, right? Yes or no? Maybe one of the reason, one of the reason your antivirus is blocking this setup file, right? Correct? So they need to exclude everything SQL. They need to exclude SQL from the antivirus. Otherwise, something SQL server will behave very differently, very differently. So when I'm installing the setup file, maybe the experienced people, I'm not sure whether you face this issue. I face, sir, one scenario. When I'm opening the setup file, it is closing automatically. Opening, closing. That time, okay, how I can know that my antivirus is only blocking the setup file? That definitely will get one more question. Again, this is not a troubleshooting session, sir, where I need to deep dive. Okay, deep dive. This is not troubleshooting session. So you need to Basically, your Windows stream, no sir, no worries. But remember, your antivirus should block. Sorry, you exclude all our SQL related stuff, sir. All these locations, SQL engine, SQL agent, SQL browsers, whatever the files are available in here, okay, respective locations, MDF, LDFs. So whatever the disk where you are keeping all your SQL files, they will exclude. No worries. They will exclude. No worries at all. Who is our Windows team? This is also mandatory, sir. You need to remember. This is also one of the pre prerequisites. Pre. Okay. Your Windows team need to exclude the SQL from the antivirus. This is also one of the thing. You are not doing anything, sir. Your Windows team will take care. Your Windows team will take care. You are not a responsible person. No, you are not a responsible person. That is completely done by your Windows team. This is also little bit important. Just remember, sir. Remember. Okay. Keep in mind, everyone. They will exclude all this from antivirus. Okay. Whatever the disk, whatever the locations, folder locations, wherever you are keeping all your SQL related files, they will exclude. So that's the one of the major reason why I am telling disks are mandatory, disk letters are mandatory, very important. Because what they will do, okay, G drive belong to SQL. What they will do, your Windows team, they will exclude complete disk from the antivirus. Getting my point? So if you're changing this disk letter, that will become so challenge to the Windows team. Correct? Yes or no? So disk letters are so important. Disk name, no need to worry, sir. The disk letters are so important. These are so important. Drive letters. G drive, F drive, I drive, T drive. Which drives you are using in real world? Those they will exclude from the antivirus. Okay, so that is also one of the most important thing you need to remember, sir. Okay, please make a note down. Now, open the notepad, sir. We'll go step by step. Okay, open the notepad. Okay, open the notepad. Let's zoom it a little bit. So first, what you will do, sir, when once you got the a new build request. So first we will check the tickets. We'll check the ticket. Okay, details. That is very important, sir. That is very important. Like what you will check in the ticket, like server name,
version edition.
version, okay, edition. Mostly sometimes, sir. Okay, mostly sometimes. Uh, 90. So sometimes, sir. Again, edition. Especially, I want to discuss edition. In real world, as I told you, right? Mostly we will use standard edition. In case if they are not mentioning any edition, you need to go for standard edition, sir. In your project, for example. Okay. Okay, so in case wantedly they are specifying enterprise edition, you need to install enterprise edition. If they're not mentioning any edition, mostly we'll go for standard edition. So that depends on your project. So when you are taking KT, you will ask, right, what are the common editions we will use in our project? So if they are telling we will use standard editions, okay. If they are not mentioning edition, go for standard installation. If they are wantedly mentioning, go for an enterprise edition. If you want double check, you can double check, sir. That is also one of the best practice. Double check with application team which edition you want. Okay. First, you will get this information. And second thing,
License
uh,
for the enterprise edition.
sorry, if you go for enterprise, that by default you will get the volume licensing key, sir. You no
They,
need to.
they provide in the ticket or they provide in separate mail?
No, sir. They will in the setup file because they will download the setup file from the portal, not how you are downloading. Not how you are downloading, sir. They will have the separate portal where they already purchased the licenses. From that portal, they will download. When you are installing that setup file, by default, it will get the license key, sir.
So it will autofill at
Autofill, autofill, autofill. Or they will provide the license, sir. Depends.
Okay.
License. Okay, good point. Okay, next thing. So, service account is also very important. Service account. Okay, service account is also one of the most important, sir. Usually, sir, again, whatever the lengthy process I explained, okay, maybe you may not get this kind of lengthy project, sir. Lengthy process. Okay, maybe mostly uh, when I just started again after 4 years. Okay, in my overall my journey in last 4 years, I never get this kind of opportunity, sir. Okay, so already they are having service account. They will provide the service account and password. They will provide the service account and password, sir. Okay, maybe you may get a chance. This is how the real world is working. I just wanted to explain all this process. They will provide the service account and password, sir. Okay, service account and password. Please make a note down. So to which services you want service account, sir? That is also very important. SQL, server, server, server service, SQL, agent service, agent service. Okay, SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. Okay, SSAS. This is also mandatory, sir. In case your application team wants, they will mention, sir, components. What components? What components we wanted to install. Okay, 1 second, sir.
Subbu, your voice is not audible.
Sorry, I was on mute. Okay, what components we need to install? That is very, very important, sir. SSIS we need to install, SSRS we need to install, Power BI we need to install, or SSAS we need to install. Again, okay, full text we need to install, full text we need to install. These services, okay, if they are not providing any information, means they don't want, sir. Mostly, if they want, they will provide you. Okay, these services also you need to install, or ask the question, sir. Okay, what services, what components you want, sir. By default, this you will get it too. You no need to worry. When you are installing database engine, when you are installing database engine, by default, you will get these two services. By default you will get these two services. Apart from this, what services we need to install? Full text we need to install, SSIS we need to install, SSRS or Power BI we need to install, SSIS we need to install. Okay, just get this information as well. Get this information as well. This is also mandatory, sir. Okay, and locations is also mandatory. Locations, file locations like data files, okay, log files, and binary files. Binary files. By default, your binary files go to the C drive. By default, all your binary files will go to the C drive. That's what, right, we seen. C drive. Binary files all will go to the C drive. Okay, C drive. But some projects, they don't want keep binary files in C drive, sir. They will keep a separate disk for that binary files, and they will keep all the binary files in that disk. Okay, that is also we need to get it. So when you are taking KT, you need to ask all these questions, sir. Don't ask all at one shot. Okay, they will get afraid. Like you are asking me, right? Like same question. They, if you ask them, they will dive on first day itself. Okay, just randomly, casually check one by one, check one by one. Then they will also felt okay. You know something. You are asking something to get some inputs. Okay, uh, and that is depends on your luck also, sir. Sometimes someone give better KTs. Okay, someone will give better KTs. Someone do worse KTs, sir. Okay, so last to last project, I got KT for 30 minutes, literally. I don't know how to open the ticketing tool. I don't know how to update, how to close, how to pick. I don't know, literally. I asked many co-workers with me. No one help for 1.5 month. I struggle lot. See, maybe definitely you may also. That time I already having almost 3+ year, 4 years of experience. Sir, technical, we are not worrying. I know technical, but process, I don't know. Because that is their environment. I literally don't know, right? Yes or no? We want process. We are not expecting technical from them. Blindly, if you do something, something happen that will falls under you, that will falls under entire team, right? Yes or no? And everyone will blame us only then. So make a good relation. This is happening due to COVID only, sir. After COVID, everyone is starting work from home, right? Everyone is negligency. Now we are not getting a proper KT. That is the biggest challenge now. So that's the reason you must and should know all these terminologies. Why you need to learn all this stuff means you know about the terminologies, sir. Because if everyone is giving KT, when I just started my career, they given me KT for 2 months. 2 months because irrespective of SQL, we are using 15 tools. 15 tools, irrespective of SQL. Forget about SQL, sir. We need to know about these 15 tools to work on this project very smoothly. Forget about SQL. What about these 15 tools? Each tool is having some own responsibilities. Respective responsibilities. We must and should know how to open what we will do that tools, how it will help us. So again, you may also, sir, not only SQL, you need to learn a lot of things once you enter into the project. Not only SQL, sir, you go for Oracle, .NET, any technology. Every project is having some algorithms. You must and should know that those things. Okay, please keep in your mind. Very important, sir. Okay, so that's the reason why we are simply installation will take just 20 minutes for me, sir. Copy the setup file, open the setup file, click on next. Why can't I show that one means that you can get even in you if you search in Google also. This is the information you can't get anywhere until unless someone well experienced people need to explain about this concepts. How you need to install SQL Server in real world. What are the things you need to know? Make a sense, everyone? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you need to know what are the components we need to install. Okay, you need to know about the service accounts and for which service account we need to use. Okay, especially, sir, these two services will run with the same account, sir. Okay, please make a note down. SSIS mostly we will run with the local account. Most of the time, I just verified, sir. SSRS, SSIS will run with the service account, different service accounts. Okay, different service account. That is what I as per my experience, sir. Maybe that differs maybe in your project. I'm not guarantee saying that. Okay, these two services will use one service account. This mostly will run with the local accounts. And these two will run with the separate service accounts. Okay, please make a note. And how to install all these services, I will make a session, sir. You no need to worry about this stuff now. At present, you no need to worry. So what you need to worry, okay, where I need to keep my data files, where I need to keep my log files, where I need to keep my binary files, where I need to keep my tempdb, okay, where I need to keep my backups. This is also mandatory. And you need to educate your application team. Don't keep application data any one of these drives. No, you should not encourage, sir. You need to educate, okay? You need to educate your application team. If they wanted to keep their application data in the server, don't keep any application data related here. These are our drives, our SQL, okay? Application, they can create a separate disk, and they can keep their application data in that disk, okay? So you should not encourage your application team to keep application related data in any one of our SQL disks, okay? This is also keep in mind. Don't take rudely, sir. Just tell as a best practice, okay? These are related to the SQL disk, SQL related data. So better, can you please move this application related data to the a new disk or some other disk, okay? You should not keep, don't tell directly, sir. That is not a best practice, okay? But they don't know, right? You need to educate them, okay? You, application data they should not keep in the SQL related stuffs, okay? Like their application setup files, their application related data, they should not keep in all our disks, sir. They can create a separate server, they can create a separate disk, keep it there whatever they can, but these are SQL, stay back only SQL, okay? And you also, sir, uh, don't take backups in any other disk until unless you need, okay? Because all the disks are mandatory, they are being separated as per best practices, okay? Data files need to go for separate drive, log files need to go for separate drive, binary files go for separate drive, tempdb go for sub. Sir, tempdb very 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 important. Please make a note down. If they are not creating a tempdb separate disk, educate them, okay? As per best practices, as per Microsoft recommended, we should maintain separate disk for tempdb to improve the best performance, okay? And also suggest, if they are okay, create the ssds for tempdb, ssds for tempdb, that will give better performance. ssds for we'll see all that stuff in the coming session, no worries, okay? I hope everyone understood.
Yeah,
Version, edition, service accounts, components, file locations, okay? And one more thing, sir, permissions, 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 okay? So by default, okay, by default, we will grant our group, sir. So for example, my group is dba dot, okay, sql dot uc. This is my group, okay? So by default, this is the group we will add when you are installing the SQL Server. So when you are installing SQL Server, you need to add a one group, at least. Not only groups, sir, a login, individual login also, a login. At least one login you need to allow. Otherwise, who can connect to the SQL Server, sir? If no one you are granting, someone need to connect to the SQL Server, right? So either you are adding group or you are adding individual login. But as a best practice, you should not grant individual login, sir. Please make a note down. We will discuss this thing in the security. Okay, more on the security. Just remember, when you are installing SQL Server, you need to grant your group, sir, first. And also check application team. Will we want to grant any one of this? So we want to check, okay, what authentication mode we need to use. Authentication mode. It's a mixed mode or, okay, Windows mode. Okay, so no worries about all this part. I will discuss in the security concept. This all the parts, no worries. I will discuss in the advanced level. This parts, no worries. I will discuss every concept. We'll discuss. That's sir. No worries at all. What are the things you need to take in care before you go and install SQL Server only we are discussing. Okay. Again, you will get familiar after a couple of days, sir. I'm not telling today itself you will familiar. Okay. It will may take some couple of more days. Once you start installing SQL Server multiple times, you will get familiar, sir, within this 60 days span. No worries. On day one itself, sir, once you born, you can't run right on day one. No, it may take like same. You will also take some time to grab all these things, sir. Okay. Now, when you specially go to the mixed mode, you need to set the password, sir. SA password. That is also mandatory. Okay. That is also mandatory. So permissions are mandatory. Sorry. Permissions are mandatory. File locations are mandatory. Components are mandatory. Service accounts are mandatory. Versions, editions, and server access disk, everything is mandatory, sir. So these are the minimum things you need to take in care before you go and install the SQL Server. What is this authentication mode? What is this Windows? What is this SA passwords? No worries. Okay. Under the security concept, we will discuss everything with the live demos. No worries at all. Questions are over to you.
No
Question.
from inside Subbu.
Others, sir. Everyone clear? Not clear? No worries, sir. You can ask now. Okay. We'll do the installation tomorrow. No worries. Doubts you can clarify, sir. No questions.
So you mean to say these are the only prerequisites like
No,
before?
I am not saying these are only prerequisites. Okay. These
Okay.
are couple of prerequisites, minimum prerequisites you need to get.
Okay.
Minimum.
So basic prerequisites, right?
Basics, sir. But these are too good enough.
Yes,
Enough.
yes.
Maximum enough, sir. If no questions, yeah, that's it, sir. Good. Tomorrow, sir, I want to ask. Let me stop the recording. Don't disconnect, sir. No questions, right? I'm stopping the recording.
Yeah, Subbu, yeah.